Hey, yo, it's Lisi from 4-3 and you're watching AU Dollars.
Why these boys want to test my patience?
Why?
Yo, what's good, Cash fam? You're watching AU Dollars, Australia's Hip Hop Connect. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that good shit because we got the biggest guest in the world and we're bringing you none other than the 4-3 king himself today, Lisi. Welcome to Melbourne, brother. Welcome to AU Dollars.
What's up?
It's a pleasure to have you here, bro.
Yeah, 100%. It's good to be here as well. Bit cold, but yeah.
It's a little bit colder than you're used to, eh? Although we turned on the weekend weather for you.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
what was
no,
that?
yeah. Especially yesterday when we were bloody drinking outside. It's nice and warm.
Yeah,
It
facts.
was good.
And you played outside too. How was the shows, bro? over the
Yeah,
weekend?
oh, yeah. Our Melbourne was crazy. Bigger venue than Sydney. But less shows, so it was good because in Sydney we're doing double headers. Or like one night, 2 shows.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's good to just have, one show per night. And yeah, the after parties were gangster too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good scene here.
Yeah, it's popping, bro. And I gotta say, it's like the first shows I've been out to since all COVID and that. And it's crazy. It felt like a whole festival just
Yeah.
for you guys
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Like, is that what it felt like?
Even the stage, like, because it was that stage. I did a festival in GC, the Luna Electric,
Yeah, yeah.
and like, bro, the stage that we had here was bigger than that. So
Crazy.
yeah, but the crowd was the same. Like, energy was high, and yeah, no, it was mad.
Yeah. And how's the experience been? Is this your first full headline tour? Like full national tour,
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. This is my first tour. Yeah, I've never performed in Sydney and Melbourne until now. So yeah, it was good to get the experience under my belt and hopefully, be back here to do my own show.
100%. Describe for me, bro, what it... As I said, I was in the crowd over the weekend and it's just like 2,000 people, whatever it was, screaming. How does it feel to come out to a city that's, a couple thousand k's away from home and hear everyone screaming like 4-3, repping your hometown?
Yeah.
Like, describe that feeling for me, bro.
Nah, yeah, it is buzzy, because like I said, I always say, but we didn't. When I started rapping and made that song, it wasn't really a thing that I saw much of. What do you call it? Like, I didn't think much of. So now that something that started from what started as something that's small to what it is now, it's a massive blessing, eh? So, yeah, when you see that happening and people that aren't even from the area are repping the area, it's pretty gangster.
Yeah, that's cool. I guess every rapper talks about that they want to put their city on the map. But
Yeah.
you're like one of the few who's actually doing it right now. What's the reception like when you get home, you get back to the 4-3?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Nah, yeah, I always get homesick, especially when we were in Sydney, because we were staying there for 2 weeks because of that 3 day
Yeah, the
three-day
lockdown,
yeah. So when we went down, we had to stay there longer, and I got homesick, because I love traveling and seeing other places, but there's nothing like home, all the people they know me and know where to go, what to do, like just being familiar, because home is where the heart is.
Yeah, thanks.
And yeah, bro, I love my area, I love my city. Hard.
And how's describe it to me? I guess what it's like being part of accrued is doing this. You got the West crew 4-3 rolling with. You got all the boys here in the studio today.
Yeah.
Like, how is it doing it as part of a family rather than one out? Like that buzz on tour must be unreal, eh?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, of course you can swear. Bro.
Fuck those cunts. Sick and tired of seeing their faces every day. Nah, I love my ushers. They already know that. They got me, I got them. And yeah, it's good to just do this journey together, because from what I've heard and learned of other artists is that it can be a real lonely road sometimes. But it's good that that brotherhood that we have back in the area hasn't changed since we've hit the road, and since all this music stuff is happening, the bond still remains the same as when we were just all normal blokes in Goodna and Red Bank and whatnot. So yeah, no, it's a blessing to have my uncles beside me, and got a lot more to come.
Yeah, that's cool. And one of the things I feel that really sets what you're doing apart from some of the others out there, and that's not to discredit anyone, but you've got this really strong sense of like your values and identity, man. Like, whether it's through the music, whether it's the way you boys carry yourself, there's a lot of social good that you guys are doing out in the community as well. How important is that for you, like culturally or for your region or whatever, to be able to put on for your area and to be able to sort of shine through your values of community and love through your music and through on stage?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean much because it's not hard to do. I mean,
That's
like,
cool.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's cool.
It's not something that we're trying to. I mean, it just happens because this is who we are.
Yeah, I like that.
We're transparent, bro. Like, people say, they think that I'm trying to be a good role model and just, but I'm just speaking of what I know and what I see and what I feel like is my truth and my perspective. So, yeah, I'm glad that people think like, you know, we're doing good and we're good role models or whatever, you know, people say when they listen to our music. But we're just being us.
Yeah,
Just telling our side, just telling our story. And yeah, that's like any artist, you know. Some people listen to people's music and think, oh, they're a bad influence and da-da-da-da-da. But sometimes you just got to realise that it's just who they are, it's what they're about, and that's their lives. And that's sort of what we're, you know. You know, like songs about, you know, like, like songs about fist up, for example. You know, it's not a song. You can't say that. You know, it's a good song. You know, you don't want your kids listening to that kind of song. But the message behind it isn't sort of. It's more just a side of our story. You know what I mean? Like it's not. It's how we get down, and you know, stuff like that. People see that and think, oh yeah, these guys are trying to put out a good message. Not really.
You're just being you.
It's just us being us. That's what we know. And,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I guess that sort of. It's just us being us.
And how's that come about? What was home life like for Lisi prior to the fame? You know what I mean? Like it's the last couple of years has been pretty rapid for you. If you could rewind back a couple of years, give us a picture of what that looked like.
We've come a long way in such a short time. I was working, you know, that song Hard Yakka.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty much my life.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, just in the factories and warehouses and whatnot. I was job hopping heaps, you know, working for the weekend, you know, get my paycheck and then hit the bender. You know, not much to do. But you know, this rap life was a blessing and it didn't come out of nowhere because I've been rapping for a while. But I guess when the door opened, I sprinted through the cane. I would make sure that I grabbed the opportunity with both hands and I ran it up.
Yeah, nice.
And now we're here today in another state, performing songs that people know.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's pretty good.
Was there a specific moment where you remember like it clicking or going, yo, this shit's legit? Like I don't have to do that warehouse shit no more. This is what my future looks like.
Yeah. Nah, because it was sort of a gradual process, like in terms of because I was doing those little rap videos on Instagram.
Yep.
So like, you know, that started off as it's just a thing I do for fun or like if I got time. You know, get exposure and all that. People loved it as well. Was there a Lightbulb Moment? I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think. I think it was just because you know even like Say Less was it was just a track I was just gonna throw up and like an Instagram video. That's how I saw it. Once it blew up, and that's when I knew like oh shit, look at the scale that we have in terms of reach. You know, you've got people in other countries listening to it. So I guess that's where I decided, man, let's go hard out. Let's give it everything. Quit my job and everything. Put all my eggs in one basket. And now we're reaping the benefits of what we sowed.
Yeah, blessings. And what have you learnt along that journey in the last couple of years? If you could rewind back and speak to Lisi from a couple of years ago, working in a warehouse, what would you tell him or you'd learn along this journey?
Nah, man, I'm still learning a lot.
Cool.
But I don't regret anything.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, there's not really anything that I would change about my journey because, like I said, we've still got a long way to go. But you know, from where I started till now, I'm happy with the progress that we made, and you know, it's because for me you can't really get any better. Like in a year's time to be where I'm at now, that's pretty, you know, that's pretty good. Like it's a blessing in disguise. So yeah, if I went back to talk to that bloke, I don't know, just work harder than you already have. Yeah, but you know, we've still got more to do, more to come, and then hopefully, if a year's time from now, then I could answer that question. But yeah,
that's cool. I like that attitude. And what about specifically on tour? I guess touring with someone like Chill, who's been put on crazy shows for a minute, got an incredible fan base. What have you learnt from like touring with him? Whether it's on stage presence, whether it's how he works behind the scenes. Have you picked up some things on this tour?
Oh man, he's the man. Honestly, that's also right there. You know, because he's another person you listen to his music and then you meet him in real life and it's the same person, you know what I mean? He's just a good bloke, you know, he's got heaps of energy. And what I've learned from him is that, man, like your fan base, like, well, if you focus on your fan base, like, that's all that really matters. But like the bloke, you go to his show, every single person in that crowd sings every line of every song.
great.
You know, that's the shit that you want. You know, you don't want just people that know that one song to come to your shows, and you know the rest of your bloody shows like, oh, never heard of this shit. You know. So that's what I've sort of picked up off him, is that, you know, focus on my fan base, and just pump out music for people to listen to and relate to, and yeah, because he's a good bloke, man, to everyone that he meets.
Facts.
And yeah, you ever met him?
Yeah.
He's
been doing this thing for a minute, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he has. You know, and it's good to learn off as well, man. He's had his ups and downs in his career that he's told me about, but like, you know, to see they're also winning now, man. I've got nothing but love for him, 100%.
That's cool. And yeah, the fans went mental when you two joined each other on stage.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that was crazy.
That's gonna be a buzz.
Yeah, that was crazy. See, it was actually crazy when he hit me up for that track, because I know Chill, like, I knew Chill when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, pretty much top of the game in terms of. For me, I you know, I love all rappers and everything, but there was no one doing what Chill was doing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like the Aussie rappers, they got heaps of storytellers. You know, people with mad flows and deliveries, but no one had the wordplay and the lyricism like Chill did. You know? I think that's where we sort of clicked as well.
Yeah.
It's because we sort of got that same style in terms of you know, wordplay and creative lyricism and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, it was good when he hit me up for that track, man. I was stoked, and I made sure, like, when I hop on a track, you know, if you're gonna hop on a track with ChillinIt,
You gotta come with it.
you gotta come proper. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy to this day to be on it. Not only sharing the stage with him, but even be on a song with him. It's a blessing as well.
Yeah, that's mad. And so, what does the short term sort of future look like? You got the rest of the tour, obviously.
Yep.
And then, is there more music we can be looking forward to? Or?
So I got a job coming soon. I got about two more singles. And EP for now, if we drop what we have, but I'll put in some work and make sure an album comes out. Yeah, do an album, and then hopefully.
Yeah, I heard some of that unreleased at the show. Anyone who was there, lucky to hear somebody unreleased, it's fire.
Yeah. So, that little sneak peeks and whatnot. That's not even finished.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd chuck it on, you know. Fill in time, and also it's a pretty good song for that sort of stage, sort of crowd as well. But yeah, album. And then hopefully maybe end of the year or early next year with my own headline tour.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, we'll see. But for now, one step at a time, just get this music out of the way, and then see what happens.
And what about long term? If you could reflect back in, like, say for example in 10 years' time, what's the legacy that Lisi's leaving on this game, bro?
10 years. 10 years.
What's the impact? What's the influence, bro? You're already making incredible impact. But what do you want out of this, bro?
I don't know. I just want that same, what do you call it? I just want that same, I don't know what I'm trying to say. So the way I see, like, Kendrick Lamar, you know, people listening to Good Kid, Mad City, that came out like 10 years ago. Today would be 10 years ago. Not today, sorry, I mean this year. You know, like something like that. You know, even if my music goes shit tomorrow, at least people will listen to my songs that I've already dropped, and like back in 10 years time from now, like I just want it to be not relevant but relevant. If you get what I mean, like
I feel that.
Like I don't know, people, my music will always be there, and I want that shit to hit any time in life, like whether it's now or 10 years from.
Facts. Yeah, and I feel real, bro. I feel like you're doing that, man. There's no cap on that, because it brings me to actually something that we're going to present you something. We touched on Fists Up before, and you touched just then on about making songs that will last long term.
Yeah.
I feel that's something you're doing through your message, through the sonics, through the lyricism, and particularly, with Fists Up, our audience. Last year, we had our Cash Radio Madness tournament, where we picked sort of the best 32 songs that we thought from the year last year.
Yeah.
Put them all up for fans to vote in a knockout head-to-head on Instagram, and I think there was about 40,000 votes across the competition. And my man Lisi here, Fists Up, was the winning song that our $80 audience designated as the best song released last year. And so from that, bro, we've got a little award just here to give you, a little trophy to say congratulations, my man.
Oh, cheers,
and that's something I'm sure there's many more accolades like that to come, but that's just a little gift from the $80 family to say thank you for the music you're making, man. Thank you for making time for us, bro, always. Sure. And we look forward to all the success you're going to have into the future, my brother.
100%, yeah. Shout out to AUD. Mad love always, and yeah. God, I can't wait to see what you've got coming up as well.
Always, my brother.
Fucking nice.
Take care.
To me about chefing, unless you spend your life in the kitchen. Don't talk to me about weddings unless there's a bride and groom and they're kissing. Don't talk to me about bootings unless you're talking about a conversion. 4300 to the 77, my own source putting that work. Hey, dog, let's tell him real quick. Pick us up to the heaven, that's 7, my preference. Got your boy, that's leverage. If not, then we swing like savage. Who's got a problem, who's got an issue? Better speak up now, cause the G's from NLA and 43